Okay, this is dental surgery number
15.
Okay, and what did you have done this time?
I had an implant removed right here at the front. It would be my left, this front incissor tooth here.
Okay.
I had it removed yesterday afternoon, and I woke up today basically looking like this, looking like a chipmunk. It actually looks a lot worse than what it really is. It's not as painful, or surprisingly it's not as painful at all. It's just, the swelling is just intense. So I'm doing whatever I can to keep it down.
The swelling actually looks a lot better since this morning. Like, what have you had done?
Well, at the very beginning it started out with amalgam fillings, you know, the mercury fillings. I had about 5 of them. I've had them all removed safely by a biological dentist and had them replaced with zirconia type white fillings, not the composite, the zirconia ones.
Okay.
I've had 5 root canals done. I've had all those removed properly by the right dentist. I've had my wisdom teeth extracted when I was about 19 years old. They left craters in the bone, what are called cavitations. They're just low grade infected bone, basically, that can ruin your life after time. And I've had some special imaging done to look at those areas. What's known as a cone beam CT scan. It's a superpower imaging technology that you can zoom in and see just about any type of infection or any imperfection that's going on in there. So I've had that done. It did show that there were cavitations there. So
is that covered by OHIP in Canada?
Cavitations are not even known by dentists in just about any country. It's a really hush thing. They don't think it exists. There's deep reasons why. We won't get into that in this video, but I found a dentist. He's very familiar with them, and I got him to go in there and basically clean up the whole area. And this dentist that I go to see to, he has a newer technology that he uses anytime he opens up and does any type of dental work. It's called, it's basically a stem cell technology.
Okay.
Or before he does any surgery, he takes blood from you, usually about 2 vials of blood.
Right.
He takes the blood, he's got a special machine. It separates what's in the blood, and what's left over is just the platelets, where all your stem cells are. And he takes that and puts it in another little syringe. And as he's doing his dental work, and when he's done, before he stitches up the area, he takes that and stuffs it full of your stem cells. Just packs the whole area full of it. And
what's the benefit of doing something like that over other surgery?
It's supposed to rapid healing. So your stem cells just promote healing like you would never believe. And it's supposed to get rid of pain, which it does, which is very surprising. I'm in no pain at all.
Is this the first time you've had stem cell?
No, everything I've ever done from getting all my root canals removed properly, to the cavitations that I've had removed, to the implant that has had taken out, all of it has been done by basically packing my own stem cells in that area. So it would promote basically new tissue generation. Grow new bone. You can grow new bone right back to where it was before. Okay. That's the beauty of this. And so far so good. Everything I've done so far has drastically improved my life.
Okay, and when you say drastically has improved your life, what kind of issues were you having? What were you seeing with your health?
Well, my health deteriorated probably about 10 years ago now. It started with very strange symptoms that were, no doctors could ever pinpoint really what the root cause was. Anything from neurological to eye problems. I was losing my left eye. I was going blind in that eye. My skin, all kinds of problems with my skin, from eczema to psoriasis to just breakouts of everything that you could ever think of. Problems with my blood. My blood was very thick. All kinds of inflammation in my blood that nobody could ever really pinpoint where it was coming from. Basically, one doctor come up, he said that I was in the beginning stages of multiple sclerosis. That's the only outcome that I ever got from this, which was interesting. I mean, it kind of made sense, kind of what I was going through, but I didn't accept that. I thought there was something else going on. My intuition led me to other places. And I found a Lyme disease expert, and I went to see him, and within 20 minutes he's like, "Yep, you have Lyme disease." So And of course, he did the test to prove that and follow all that up, which I do. And it wasn't just Lyme. Lyme is just not even the origin of what my problems were. It was all the co-infections and everything else that comes with Lyme, all the parasites and all the other viruses and mycoplasma bacteria and everything else. I had 2 pages full of the different things that he found. So it's no wonder I was struggling with my health so much. I was just being riddled with infection throughout my body. And the origin of all of this was living in here. So anything that the dentist has ever done to me, I mean, I could say the dentist have ruined my life, but at the same time, it's my fault. I made my own choices, and I paid for them, and I was just lucky to find some dentists and doctors that I work with that are very educated in this, and they've kind of got me back on track. So this implant that I had taken out is basically the last one that I ever had to deal with. I had a root canal there before. Of course, the other root canals I have, I can show you this.
Yes.
Yeah, I had no teeth down there.
Yeah.
I had root canals down at the bottom there too. I now have a partial denture that I put in place, which I'm not wearing right now. I didn't want to get rid of this root canal here because I wasn't ready for another partial denture or something on top. I couldn't have one down here and one up here. I just couldn't live like that. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to get rid of the root canal and I'm going to put an implant in there. And so the dentist that I saw, he's very against titanium implants. Titanium implants are horrible. They're a nightmare for.
Let me just cut you off
I won't
there.
even talk about that for right now, but.
But why are they horrible? Just give a brief overview, like in maybe 5 seconds.
Well, they claim that they're more, biocompatible with us, from a biological point of view. But titanium's a metal.
Okay, right.
And one problem that they've seen with titanium is when you have other metals in the mouth. So if you're putting a titanium implant in your mouth and you say you have some dental amalgam fillings maybe on the other side, so you have this mixed match of metals that's in your mouth.
Right.
And what can happen there is that you can have a potential difference between the two. A potential difference could give you a voltage which could circulate current through that whole area. And if you're circulating current through that whole area, that's where your brain is. And these things have been linked to all kinds of autoimmune problems and all kinds of other diseases, and they're just not a good thing to put in your mouth. And again, titanium is a transition metal, and we're living in a non-native EMF hellhole right now, where wireless signals and everything is going on all the time, and you have this titanium implant sitting right in your face, where your brain and all the vital organs are. It's just not smart. It's stupid. It's absolute stupidity.
And so how would the EMFs in the environment actually be picking up on this titanium, titanium?
The antenna effect, right?
Okay, so it acts as an antenna.
It can.
Okay.
It can. There's multiple other things that we can talk about there, but the big thing is that they're horrible for your health, and they're slowly being taken off the market. Most dentists that are open to this and are aware and doing their own research are seeing this, and they're stopping it.
Okay.
They're switching over to what's more of a safer material called a zirconia implant, and that's what I had here. That's the one I decided to put in there. It's not a metal.
Okay.
It's an inert material that's not supposed to, act in a way that the titanium ones do. They're not as strong. That's the only downfall. Titanium is very strong. That's one of the benefits of them.
Mm.
But they say they're a little more biocompatible as well than the titanium ones. So they say it's a safer solution. So I put one in, and I had nothing but problems ever since I put it in. I put it in, and to this day, I still don't know if it was this implant or not. I still don't know what the origin of all my issues were, but I was having all kinds of skin breakouts and all kinds of different inflammatory breakouts throughout the body, and kind of in my genital area. There's been things that have been going on down there that I've never seen before in my life, and it just all happened just after I put this implant in. Just all kinds of things just went to shit. So I'm going to take this out. I had to fight with every dentist that I ever talked to. They said, no, it's not this. No, you don't need to take it out. This is not a good idea. You're making a bad decision. But, sometimes you just have to listen to your heart. Your intuition never lies. And my intuition always told me that I made a big mistake by putting that in there. Hoping in the next month to come, we can have another video and I can show you what I was suffering with before, in more detail, and where I am now. I think what's happening with me is something that's non-physical.
Right.
It's something that's affecting the energy transport systems in the body. We talk about the energy meridians. Everything's connected to everything in the body. There's energy meridians that they're basically energy transport systems. They feed energy to every part of the body. There's a book out there. It's called Healing is Voltage by Jerry Tennant. He goes over this very thoroughly. He's done some amazing work on this, and he shows that, you know, it's an energy transport system. It cannot be blocked. It cannot be disturbed in any way, or anything that's on that meridian downstream can be affected. And
Right.
it's something that's non-physical. It's not something that you can go in there and see with an X-ray or see something visually. We're stuck in this material world where everything has to be, you know, if it's not a physical thing that you can see, then it must not exist, right? If you can't see it in the
Exactly.
blood, if you can't see it in an X-ray, then you just don't have this problem. There's nothing wrong with you. But I think, you know, as we go along here, I'm going to kind of show more evidence of this, because there is no proof. Is this tooth here is the root cause of all the issues that I was suffering with? I don't know. I can't prove that. I never will be able to prove that. But what I do have is evidence supporting that this is connected to different areas in the body. And if you disturb that energy flow, things will suffer. You know,
Right.
everything's about energy. If the body doesn't have the energy it needs, it cannot be healthy. Period. That's just the way it is. So you disturb that field, then bad things are going to happen. So that's one reason why I've done what I've done with my mouth, to kind of get rid of all these infections and get rid of all these, you know, all these bad choices I've made. And you know, the one thing about the dentist that I go to, he does this stem cell technology. When he does is, you know, he packs that whole area with your stem cells, and it promotes healing. So it kind of brings that energy site back to life again.
Right.
So this whole
Absolutely.
meridian now has a flow. You know, when we look at root canals and we look at implants or anything like that, you know, I'm an electrical engineer, so I look at it from this point of view. Just look at it as a circuit board, for example. All your components on your circuit board are all connected to each other. They're connected through traces, which conduct electricity.
Right.
And if you do something, if you take a slice over one of those traces, what's going to happen? You know, all the energy that cannot flow to all the other components, so the system is going to
Fail.
fail,
Right.
just like the body.
Right.
This is what, instead of, you know, a failure of component, you know, it's a dis-ease state, because you're
A disease
you're
state of that
disrupting
particular
the
organ.
flow of energy throughout the whole body. We're stuck in this world where, you know, the doctors and you know, the dentists and all, everybody else that you see out there, they're trying to prove, and they're trying to prove everything with biochemistry, you know, which is not going to work. And it is, because it's physics before it's biology or chemistry. The doctors and everybody else, they don't understand physics. How can you ever understand these basic systems that I'm talking about right now?